Hey, welcome back to Planescape Torment. Uh, yeah, so let's figure out what to do this episode. We still have a few things to finish up in Sigil before leaving for our final destination, presumably our final destination. Uh, we should we should visit Fell and try to get some tattoos. I think that's where we'll start with today.
The sweet smell
I'm
of
gone.
sensates and governors.
Okay, so anytime you start up the game and you leave it without any interaction for like 5 seconds, one of the party members is gonna chime in. It happens every time, and I'm like prefacing the episode, and immediately Mort or Anna just interjects with some insulting remark. Yeah, it's best to just pause the game and then I start up and like give my preamble. But yeah, we'll visit Fell, try to get some tattoos, and then maybe we'll visit Smoldering Corpse Bar. We have a few more side quests that we wanna figure out, like the door in Foundry, the mysterious door in Foundry, the quest for Dream Builder where we have to find a coffin pillow, which I'm told that we can still do. It's somewhere in an establishment in Sigil, so we'll be looking for an establishment while we wander the streets. Then what else? There's a quest for the Silent King, which I don't know if we should tackle. Uh, we'll probably try to visit some other bars like the Gathering Dust Bar, Smoldering Corpse Bar, and some of our earlier NPCs. Quite a few like indulgent things to do, which I want to kind of do. Maybe we'll also try to. I don't know. It depends on time and how much energy I have, but we might try to look into the dungeon simulator a bit to see if we can unlock the Modron companion, and also maybe under Sigil just to see what that content is. Uh, this has been pretty long playthrough, right? So I feel like we can round it up. If there are aspects of the game that can be showcased, so then I want to give it a shot and try to showcase it, because this has been a relatively extensive playthrough where I try to at least in the like story or lore sense, I've tried to engage in most aspects of the game, see what they are. But combat, it has been I haven't engaged in combat too much. Maybe Understeel is a place where you can do that, but yeah, it depends on how much energy I have to do that. And we'll visit the public sensorium and look at the different public sensorium entries. It is a bit of a chiller episode, but it's still chiller thing to do. But it's still I want to see what they have written there, right? They have exotic experiences as well as normal experiences. We'll probably convert ourselves to a sensate and then try to do that, not just to save money, but just to see what it feels like to become a sensate, what new options open up, what new dialogue options open up. So those are things that we can do. I think we'll begin by visiting Fell and ease ourselves into the episode. Let's go. I don't think any of these people will have new dialogue. So Fell is here.
All right.
We have Wailor. Can we convince Wailor to water some plants? I think we can do that. Monster trees. Monster trees smiles widely upon seeing you. Ah, my friend, you've returned. The trees seem to improve each day. Something you wished of me? Yes, I had some questions. He nods, awaiting a question. Who are you? Why are all the trees dying? What can you tell me about this place? We can't ask Wailor to water the plants. Maybe he's kind of like Ignis. I think we couldn't ask Ignis either when we tried to water the plants there. Some other questions. Tell me about this place. Looking for work. Never mind, farewell. Sorry to bother you. Not sure if we can progress this quest further. Jelai. Have we talked to this guy? You see Jelai, he looks like he's sobered up since you spoke to him last. Jelai, look, I'd watch out. Crack Dog's angry and he's threatened to kill if he sees you. This is some side quest that we did earlier. Craddock was this guy near the market and he wanted Jelai to return. And Jelai was like drunk and passed out somewhere here. And he said he was quitting in a really insulting way to Craddock. At least he asked us to convey the same, and Kradak was angry. Let's see.
Updated my journal.
Jelai grunts. What a fool I was. I just popped out for a quick bite of bub, and next moment he grinds his teeth. Thank you for the warning. Just be careful. Farewell. Okay. So we could warn him. See what the journal says. I went back and warned Jelai about Kradak. It was the least I could do. Jelai looked sorry. Jelai looked sorry he had ever said anything, but he thanked me for the warning. The poor soul. I guess it like slightly shifts our alignment towards good if we do this. We are still in. We are still chaotic good. Both Morta and me are chaotic good. Both Dakon and what's her name is lawful neutral. Oh, he is also neutral. Okay, these three are lawful neutral, but there are different flavors of lawful neutral, I guess. She's more good. He's lawful neutral. He's extremely lawful neutral. And she's chaotic neutral. It's fine. And if you recruit a Modron, this is another concern. If you recruit a Modron, I feel like he would be lawful neutral too, which will be weird. There'll be like 4 lawful neutral party members. He's from Mechanus, right? And Mechanus is a lawful neutral plane, unless I'm mistaken. Maybe the Modron is lawful good. Who knows? Or maybe neutral good or neutral, true neutral. Okay, we're back in Fell's
Done.
little establishment. Tattoo parlor. Human skin has been stretched across these wooden frames. The skins are covered with tattoos. Okay, it's the same. This picture shows a blackened spear with trails of black mist floating away from it. This tattoo is of a night black steed with dead white eyes and spines bristling from its shoulder blades. This design shows a series of black rivers whose courses divide, cross each other, then flow together. This design is a hollow beast with a tiny demon in its head. Alright, let's talk to Fell. Fell turns to face you as you approach. He folds his arms into his sleeves and waits. Can I see what tattoos you have? Questions Mort, Anna, Dakon, Farfan Games. Farfan Games, can you translate for me? Yes, of course. I think we've asked these other questions. I feel like I know you, Fell. Fell bows reverently, and a stream of symbols swirls above his head, rotating clockwise and counterclockwise. It takes a moment to translate. This is the first time, and not the first time you come to this place. What do you say, Grace? Grace studies symbols intently, then turns to you, giving a strange look. Fell says this is the first time you come to him, but it's not the first time. Grace gives you an uprising look. Perhaps he remembers you before you were you. She suddenly realizes what she said, and she laughs lightly. My apologies, I never thought I would have to use multiple yous when addressing anyone. Does he know who I am? Another series of translations. Yes, but I'm not permitted to tell you a story. Grace frowns and she puts her hand to her chin in thought. Fell says he knows you. Then he says, and this is odd, he's not permitted to tell you a story. Not permitted? Why not? For a moment, no response. My apologies, I cannot. I cannot change the nature of a man. This question, this statement again. You can't explain why, but the last sentence sends a crawling sensation through your skull. What do you say, Grace? He apologizes, but he cannot say. Grace turns to you, meeting a gaze. What he says next is strange. He says that he cannot change the nature of a man. As Grace repeats these words, you feel a terrible pressure inside your skull. It builds like pounding hammers until you think your skull will burst, then dissipates into echoes as she speaks the last words. And another question I want to ask him. I don't know if we can ask him to recite his disagreement with Lady again. I know we talked about this to Fell long time ago, but I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can get that dialogue choice again. See, I don't really see. Ask him what this place is. This is where I tattoo color and life upon flesh and bone. This is a studio. He inscribes tattoos upon the skin of others here. Grace turns to you and smiles. She seems to be feeding off Fell's presence. Fell is known throughout Sigil as a talented artist. The flesh of others is his canvas. Okay. He mentioned that he had met me before. Does he know how I died? Fell does not respond for a moment, then slowly, menacingly, 3 symbols materialize above his head, each of them casting a long shadow. Shadows. So we know that whenever we die, we come back to life, and someone else dies in our stead, and that person becomes a shadow. And these shadows, in our later incarnations, they kind of chase us and try to kill us. So every time we die, we create a new shadow, which reinforces the company of shadows is going to kill us the next time. But what happened the first time? I don't know. First time, we probably died due to some random reason. One shadow had spawned. And every time we die randomly, another shadow is spawned, and that shadow can come and kill us next time. It's more chance that we'll get killed by a shadow the next time, because yeah, we cast a shadow on existence, is what Ravel said, right? So these shadows will chase us and try to kill us. Does he know how I died? So this might refer to any instant we died in the previous 100 incarnations. So we don't know. It could be different reasons. He just says shadows. Why did he say Grace? Fell says shadows. Shadows? 3 symbols swirl about each other, each leaving a faint black misty trail about them. They take on a ragged edge like teeth and talons and multiply. Where there were 3, there is 9. 9 becomes 27, and the room is a swarm of shadows. Many shadows. They stream from the darkness, swarmed you, then left you to die. Fell says that many shadows came for you, ambushed you, and left your body in their wake. He doesn't know why they attacked you. Can he tell me anything about these tattoos on my body? Fell studies you for a moment, mirrors each symbol as he examines it, then returns to face you. I know them. None are by my hand. What did he say, Grace? Fell says he did not inscribe those tattoos. Grace thinks for a moment. He might be able to tell you some of them if you'd wish. Very well. What can you tell me about them? Fell notes, symbols appearing around him like fireflies. The ones upon your back were scribed with a careful hand and are directions for a mind that forgets itself. The symbol that lies upon your left shoulder is a mark of torment. So this mark of torment is probably what the immortal blade looks like. The blade of immortal, whatever blade that we whatever blade we got from Cox metal. That symbol is probably what this symbol is, the mark of torment. It's also in our map screen. Our icon is probably the mark of torment, and it's also there in the menu screen, I think. What do you say, Grace? Fell says the ones along your back are directions for a mind that forgets itself, inscribed with a careful hand. The symbols on your shoulder is suddenly the symbols around Fells dissipate except for one. What symbol is that? Grace says softly, torment. She studies the symbol, then turns away as if looking at it is painful. Fell says, she takes a breath, that the flesh knows it suffers, even when the mind forgets. She looks up and meets your gaze. Her eyes are a strange shade of azure, a shade that speaks of sadness and tears. Fell says that the rune acts like a lodestone, drawing other tormented souls to you. She probably understands deeply what this means, hence the sadness and tears. Maybe she understands that she herself is tormented and is drawn to him because of that tormented nature that she has, which she has kind of lived through and accepted and almost grown past, but there's still some remnant of that torment within her, I guess. And another question I want to ask him. Yes, of course. Can I see what tattoos he has available? Okay, before this, let's back out and make a quick save. Okay, and then let's talk to him again. Anna and Mort. I don't know, Mort can do it. Yeah, Anna, Mort, and Dakon. Out of all 3, I think Dakon and Farfungis are 2 ones we can translate. I had some questions for you. Can I see your tattoos? Okay, so let's look at the tattoos and see if any of them are useful. For our party, there are quite a lot of them. Everyone has 2 tattoo slots, I think at least Dakon, Anna, Grace, and let me actually quickly check that to see who all has tattoo slots. So we have 2 tattoo slots. More cannot equip tattoos. Dakon can. This one gives him protection from chaotic creatures, not usable by chaotic characters. That's fine. She has 15% stealth skill bonus, which isn't. It's not something that we've been using much. Her stealth skills. So maybe if there's something that gives us extra damage reduction or damage, we might try to use that, because stealth is something that we never really use in our playthrough. Valor cannot equip tattoos because he's just a he's just a suit of armor. He can't equip anything. Armor class 2, 75. This archaic suit of armor is animated by Velo's life force. It bears numerous minor dents and scratches, but otherwise it seems to have withstood the test of time, at least better than Velo's physical body. Blades decorate the shoulders of this suit of armor, and the symbol of Mercikiller faction, a red dragon with its wings outspread, is emblazoned on the chest piece. This suit of armor is part of Valor. Destroying Valor, if such a thing were possible, would most likely result in the destruction of the armor. Okay. Far from Grace. Oh, Far from Grace cannot equip tattoos. She can equip rings, some wristbands, some earrings, and something in her hand. But she only uses the touch, I guess. Not sure if we can equip any other weapon for her. All right. Let's get some tattoos for Dakon, me, I guess nameless one, and Anna. So these are 3 people we can get tattoos for. Tattoo of the Magi. +3 to intelligence, doubles all first level mage spells, doubles all second level mage spells, usable only by mages. This is something really worthwhile for us. Sorry. Yeah, this is something really worthwhile for us, so we'll get this, even though it is really costly. So that's one. Razor Angel Ink, protection by evil. Okay. Hold Undead. This tattoo has limited number of uses before it's vanished. Okay. This tattoo draws upon your power over Undead and heightens them, allowing you to chain Undead within range with a single command. Tattoo of Awareness. Resistance to fire and magical fire, immunity to panic. Awareness is where the Pillar of Skulls is located, right? This tattoo recognizes your travels on the first layer of Bator, Awareness. It draws upon the traces of the plane's ash and fire that still remains on your skin. It turns outwards, giving you a bonus against all manner of fire and fear attacks. So we may be able to conditionally equip this if we encounter some enemies dealing fire damage, fire or magical fire damage. And it's been informed to me that like these tattoos, as we progress the story, we get more tattoos related to our stories from the past. So this is probably because we visited the Pillar of Skulls. So we get some interesting little summaries of our journey if we look at this. Tattoo of the Bone Singer. You have learned to speak with the dead and hear their stories, even from beyond Eternal Boundary. So Eternal Boundary is something Desmond keep talking about. That after true death, they go past the Eternal Boundary. I guess they no longer return to the outer plane. This tattoo draws upon your powers over Undead and heightens them, allowing you to chain Undead. It's fine. Razor Angel Ink. This tattoo is a reminder of the aid you gave to Razor Angels in the Alley of Dangerous Angles. You strike against the evil in the heart of the alley, now grants you some protection against those with spite in their heart. This tattoo has a limited number of uses. Cool. This tattoo represents the fact that you have achieved the pinnacle of your skills in the arts of magic. This tattoo enhances your natural talent for art considerably, heightening your reasoning and deductive abilities and doubling your spell memorization and capacity for minor spells. Okay. This is probably because we reached a high level with Wizard. I got an achievement earlier saying that we reached level 12 on Wizard before reaching any level 12 on any other class. So I guess depending on your playthrough, you can get these tattoos for Magi, Fighter, Priest, etc., Thief, etc. Tattoo of the Source. +2 to charisma. Grants experience points when invoked. Grants experience points when invoked, so you can use it to gain some experience. Usable only by Godsmen. This tattoo recognizes your believes in Godsmen, the believers of the source. Not only does this tattoo give you a bonus to charisma, but it allows you to see every experience for the challenge it is, enhancing your perspective and growth as a member of the Godsmen. This is cool. Tattoo of Justice's Eye. +1 to strength. Invokes Detect Evil. This tattoo tells of your efforts to help Trist and depicts the arrest and trial of Byron Pickett. This tattoo bolsters the eye and mind of the wearer. It allows the wearer to perceive injustices and grant the user the strength to correct them. The tattoo's power may only be used a limited number of times, but when the detect evil is exhausted, the tattoo will remain. So +1 strength is a permanent bonus as long as tattoo is present. But we can keep using the tattoo. I don't know how we can do it. Maybe right click and use, or maybe put it in an item slot and use it. But you can essentially invoke detect evil, which is a spell that I think Grace has. Grace has an detect evil spell, I think. I don't know if we have that. It's probably a priest spell, maybe. Tattoo of Grosuk's Demise. Okay. Improved strength. This tattoo tells of your effort to aid Sebastian by slaying Grosuk the Abyssal. The tattoo draws upon that experience and bolsters the wearer's brute strength to evade unpleasant legal entanglements. Legal entanglements. Okay. This tattoo's power is limited. When its power is exhausted, it will vanish without a trace. Okay. Okay. So we can maybe invoke it a few times and then it will like completely disappear. It does not have any other passive attribute, right? So it doesn't make sense to keep it around once we exhausted its uses. And this is interesting in the sense whenever you complete a side quest, you get some XP. Then when you come back to the tattoo parlor, you can get a tattoo based on your previous experience. It's a really neat touch, honestly. It doesn't like completely break the game or something, unless other than for maybe this first one here, which is insanely powerful. Everything else is like a little passive. It's a consumable plus a passive, a minor passive upgrade, but it's a nice surprise once you visit the tattoo parlor. I like it. It's yeah, it's a good bit of world building, as well as a gameplay, as well as a game mechanic in a sense. So that's clever and yeah, it's quite nice. Tattoo grows of demise. Tattoo of Dreams of Essenon. +1 to save us a spell, +2 to basis points. Save us +1 to save us a spell is quite nice. You can literally save your life at times. The tattoo looks like, I don't know what the tattoo is supposed to look like. I have not noticed. Okay, maybe it makes sense to look at what it looks like. Grosuk's Demise, Justice's Eye. Yeah, it's nothing to write home about, I guess. I'll be honest. But this one really struck me because it looked really weird. Maybe that's the city inside the circle there to put my specs on to really see. Okay. For some reason, the tale of Crier of Essenon filled you with a strange nostalgia, which you have related to Fel. This tattoo draws upon both this nostalgia and the perseverance of Criers of Essenon, granting you a boon to your health and your endurance. Artistically, this is some of Fel's best work. Although this tattoo shows the barest image of Essenon that you heard from Crier of Essenon, you can almost feel the great spiraling parks and avenues of light through this intricate symbol. Okay, so this is kind of what Essenon looks like. This tattoo helps preserve the memory of the city and the dream of its people, that its majesty might be remembered. We already wrote it down on the dead book. I don't know if it's a the little monument outside the mortuary. We etched the name of Essenon there. I think that's what we did, and that liberated the crier of Essenon that we met, so that he can go about his life. Tattoo of Ravel. It's only 225. It's a bunch of links. It's a chained link. +1 to charisma, immunity to panic. You have met a creature of legend, myth, and mystery. You met a creature of legend, myth, and mystery, and there are few who can claim to have met the Night Hag Ravel and not met some horrible fate. This tattoo tells, how do we know we have not met a horrible fate? We already were in a horrible fate when we reached her, I guess. This tattoo tells of your encounter with a mythological figure. Merely wearing it marks you as someone to be respected and feared. In addition to the respect you now command, common terrors that would terrify a normal human being now slide off of you. Cool. Just for keeping her memory, I might just get this. Tattoo of the Black Barb Mace. Black Bar Maze, Mages, nameless one. This tattoo calls upon your experience within Ravel's Black Bar Maze, and it echoes the terrible sensation that flooded you when you attempted to call upon the power within the maze. The tattoo allows you to call upon that power again for a limited period of time and turn it against your enemies. It seems that the enemies of you are enemies of Ravel. Yeah, of course it is. This tattoo has only a limited amount of power. When it's exhausted, the tattoo will vanish. Cool. Tattoo of Anna. It is like a red background to it. It's the same as the Justice's Eye, but it has a red background to it. Tattoo of Saving Grace. Tattoo of the Skull. Tattoo of the Lost Incarnation. Wasting Darkness. Weeping Stones. Damn, there are a lot of these. Okay. These other ones we have already discussed, but the story related ones we'll read through them. Okay. Give me a second. Let me get some water. My throat is a little dry. Sorry. Yeah. Tattoo of Anna. Tattoo of Anna of the Shadows. Anna of the Shadows. Special. +1 to +1 to dexterity, -1 to charisma, -1 to wisdom, +3 pickpockets, stealth, open locks, detect traps. Weight 0. Usable only by thieves. Usable only by nameless one. Some of Anna's presence must be rubbing off on you, for this tattoo allows you to call upon some of her cat-like skills and grace to hone your thief abilities. Unfortunately, it also inherits some of Anna's brashness and impulsiveness, reducing your charisma and wisdom accordingly. Okay, we can't really equip it, so no point in purchasing it, because it's only usable by thieves. Tattoo of Saving Grace. +1 to wisdom, +5 to lower skill, +1 to all saving throws. Okay, this is only benefits apparently. Usable only by nameless one. Some of Warfengeist's presence must be rubbing off on you, for this tattoo allows you to steady your thoughts and take events from a calm perspective, allowing you to gain more experience from your encounters, hence +1 wisdom. Furthermore, this tattoo helps calm the mind and allows you to control your impulsiveness, panic, and harness your adrenaline rush to shrug off spells, paralyzation, and any other attacks that rely on chance to pierce your defenses. That's just +1 to saving throws. Okay, so it does not have any downsides. We can get it. We can probably put it on ourselves. I feel like I don't know. It's worth a shot that we equip this tattoo and try to talk to Grace and see if we can open up her quest line, because I wish I could pursue that quest line further. We have a really large amount of reasonably large amount of charisma, intelligence, and wisdom at this point. If we can't unlock it with those attributes, and I don't know what else. I don't know what else I can try other than like putting on tattoos and stuff. It's just weird, but let's just try to see what's in her mind. So this is something we'll get. Unfortunately, we can't get this one, but I feel like we have pursued Anna's quest line to a reasonable conclusion. She has feelings for us. She's really conflicted about, but she's still conflicted about coming with us because she knows we're gonna get ourselves killed one way or another, and she kind of resents or like feels angry towards herself in feeling the way she does. So that's all that we know about Anna. About Grace, she's a bit of a mystery. We'll have to figure that out. Tattoo of the Skull. +1 save versus paralyzation, +1 to luck. Special equip, +1 to charisma, -1 to wisdom. Is probably by nameless one. For all Moore's faults, having him as a companion makes you seem more capable and not so much of a stranger to Sigil streets. The statue reinforces that bond, giving you +1 to charisma, and when invoked, it also lends you some of Moore's luck and his ability to shrug off anything that would otherwise cause him to stop talking. It just cause him to stop talking, such as paralyzation or stunning. Unfortunately, it also gives the user a penalty for their wisdom, which is not hard to understand considering how little Mort has to spare. The tattoo can only call upon its luck ability a limited number of times. When the tattoo's power is exhausted, however, the charisma bonus will remain. We'll get it. Sorry, Tattoo of the Skull. Tattoo of the Lost Incarnation. Grants experience points when invoked. Increases regeneration rate when worn. Usable only by nameless one. This tattoo came from the severed arm you found in the dismembered crypt. Apparently, this tattoo tells of experiences of one experience of one of your past incarnations. The symbols and the tales are unfamiliar to you, but it seems to tell of a time when you were lost and abandoned on the streets of the hive, barely able to make a living, robbing and stealing from others you encountered. The crimes the lost incarnation committed eventually drove him to seek shelter in the Weeping Stone catacombs, where he survived for almost a year. When worn, this tattoo seems to bring out a survival instinct in you, forcing your body to react to any damage you take and heal wounds faster. So it's a bit of a backstory about the incarnation that died in the Weeping Stone catacombs. We did get a severed arm from the Weeping Stone catacombs, right? And we took it back to Fell, and that's when this tattoo became available to us. I don't know what this kanji says here. Yeah, we can buy it if it's low cost. We can buy it and like get the experience points at least. But the thing is, we encountered this tattoo so long ago. The experience points would have been balanced for our level at that point in the story. So right now, I don't think this experience one would do anything because it will be relatively low compared to the level requirement we have right now. The experience requirement for the level that we have right now. But we'll pick it up if it's it's just 675. Let's pick it up. Tattoo of Wasting Darkness. I don't know why some of these have like red symbols, like red background around them. Grants experience points. Grants permanent +3 to stealth skill when invoked. +1 to armor class when worn. +5 stealth skill bonus when worn. -1 to charisma when worn. Okay. Usable by nameless one, by thieves. Okay, that. Oh, okay. I think I understand what the red background means. It just means that we can't wear the tattoo. That's it. That's why the red background is there. See, this too, it's only usable by thieves, so we can't really wear it. That's it. Wasting Darkness. Okay, tattoo come from the severed arm you found in the dismembered crypt. Apparently, this tattoo tells of the experiences of one of your past incarnations. The symbols and tales are unfamiliar to you, but it seems to tell of a time when you were seeking shelter beneath the catacombs and were forced to leave as a shadow might, hiding from detection by the sigil authorities and trying to conceal yourself from the more dangerous inhabitants of the Weeping Stone catacombs. When worn, the tattoo makes concealing yourself easier. It allows you to shape the shadows around you like a cloak. This makes it harder for your enemies to hurt you when they see you, and harder for you to find when you don't wish to be seen. It lends you a sinister appearance, however, which may cause many to shun you. That is -1 to charisma. If you choose to tap into the tattoo's power, some of your memories hiding beneath sigil will return to you, giving you the benefit of previous incarnations' experience. It can only do this once, but even after the tattoo is invoked, the ability to shape shadows around you will remain. So we can't invoke. I don't know if we can equip and if we can invoke the ability without equipping it. If that's the case, we can just get the tattoo, put it in our quick slot, and invoke it once. But that's probably not how it works. Since it's cheap enough, maybe we'll try it with one of the. We can try it with Anna's tattoo, but doesn't give any experience, unfortunately. So we can try to use that for Tattoo of Wasting Darkness. We had to equip these two clothing to both Far from Grace and Anna once we are out. I forgot to do that last episode. Tattoo of Weeping Stones. Okay. Weeping Stone. There are 3 tattoos lost to Weeping. Like, not 3 tattoos. 2 tattoos related to Weeping Stone. Tattoo of Weeping Stone, experience points. I don't know if it's worth it. We are spending quite a lot. We have a bunch of items that we can sell to get some money back. Like the, what do you call it? The Celestial Blade and a couple of other weapons. Potentially we can sell off to make back the money. But yeah, I don't know if we'll be spending this money after we go through the portal. So maybe it makes sense to get everything right now. Tattoo of Silent Coins. Grants experience points when invoked. Permanent pickpocket. And 5 pickpocket when worn. Nameless one. Usable only by thieves. It says usable only by thieves, so maybe you can't even invoke it. The statue came from the severed army found in Dismembered Crypt. Apparently, the statue tells of the experience of one of your past incarnations. The symbols and tales are unfamiliar to you, but it seems to tell of a time when you lived as a thief on the steel streets before being driven down to the catacombs because of your thieving nature. So all three of these statues are from the same hand. Maybe it like the same hand. How do you put it? Maybe that hand survived multiple incarnations before getting finally severed, and at the time of its severance, it had 3 tattoos from 3 previous incarnations. That's how it might make sense. Uh, how the same hand keeps talking about all these 3 incarnations, because our own body right now has tattoos from all previous, not all, at least many of the previous incarnations, right? If the body itself survived those incarnations, those rebirths. If that's the case, this arm, it survived a couple of, at least 3 of the incarnations before it was severed, and each of these incarnations had a tattoo attached to it during its lifetime. That's one way to read it, I guess. This tattoo came from Severed Crypt. Okay. In activating the tattoo, some of the memories of living sigil streets will return to you. More experience. Permanent boost to pickpocket skill. Even when the tattoo is invoked and experience has been gained, however, the tattoo and the pickpocket bonus will remain. This is again for thieves. This is less costly than this one. So let's just try to purchase this just as an experiment to see if we can use this. Tattoo of accuracy, bloodletting, might, greater might. So all of these are generic tattoos. Yeah, it's conveniently sorted so that all the lore related tattoos are on top. Then the generic tattoos are at the bottom. Tattoo of accuracy, taco +1. This tattoo has 2 concentric rings with lines radiating from center. When inscribed on the string, the wearer's perceptions of distance and balance become heightened. So this is something that we can give to Dakon. Dakon is a DPS powerhouse. It does a lot of crit damage. So accuracy taco makes sense for him. We probably have a greater accuracy somewhere here. Tattoo of presence. Charisma. Greater presence +2 charisma. Tattoo of warding +1 to armor class. Greater warding +2 to armor class. This may be something that we can use, but it's only usable by fighters. So the greater warding usable only by fighters. Greater enduring is also usable only by fighters. He uses +9 to base hit points. Cool. What about... There is no greater accuracy. Unfortunately, seems like there is no greater accuracy. Bloodletting. +1 to damage with all attacks. Tattoo of might. +1 to strength. Greater might. Usable only by fighters. This might be... I have to check the what do you call it? The attributes and see which attributes give us like damage. I think strength gives us more damage with our melee weapons. If that's the case, we can give it to Dakon. Tattoo of insight +1 to intelligence. Tattoo of revelation +2 to intelligence. We can kind of get this if there's nothing else to use for nameless one. But currently I like lay off because I think we have other tattoos to equip instead. Tattoo of the spirit +1 to wisdom. Soul is +2 to wisdom. Sorry. Action is dexterity +2 to dexterity. Tattoo of health. Greater health, presence, greater presence. Okay, let's buy the ones we have so far. And yeah, these lore tattoos are impressive in their description, like their summary, but I don't know which of these to get, honestly. Improved strength. Tattoo of Ravel. We should get Tattoo of Ravel and okay, we didn't read this one. Tattoo of the Black Barb Cold. This tattoo calls upon your experience within Ravel's Black Barb maze, and it echoes the terrible sensation that flooded you when you called upon the power within the maze, and the Digits answered in their own speech. Something that impressed Ravel herself. This tattoo allows you to call upon that power again for a limited period of time, and use it to protect yourself against your enemies. It seems that the enemies of your enemies and of Ravel, enemies of your enemies of you are enemies of Ravel and the Digits. This tattoo is only limited. Yeah, that's fine. And I think something that I noticed is there isn't a single tattoo here that can be equipped by priests as a class. So let me buy this and maybe talk about that a bit. We can't buy all of this because we don't have enough slots. We should try to sell something. We can't sell something. We have 17 out of 20 slots. We can only buy 3 at the moment. Tattoo of the Magi, Tattoo of Ravel, and Saving Grace. Let's get these 3. Buy. Done. Let's do some quick inventory management. Needle and Thread, let's give to Anna. Goddess Priest and Jerkin. Yeah. But as I was saying earlier, we have this priest scroll, like priest spellbook that Grace can use, but I don't think priest is available as a class. It seems like mage, fighter, and thief. These are the 3 variations we can have, and we can maybe have different flavors of the mage by choosing to follow Dakon, because he has his own little mage path, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. We got our mage skills from Nebath, right? We could have unlocked thief spells, like thief class, from either Anna or also from the trainer in the fest hall. Also some other thief that you have met somewhere. I think we could talk to him. Maybe somewhere in the buried village, or near the entrance to the buried village somewhere. I think there was a thief. So we could have unlocked the thief class from any of those places. But I don't think priest class can be unlocked. At least that's what I'm thinking. We have an entire priest scroll section here, which kind of made me assume that priest class might be an option for our main character, for Nameless One. But it might not be the case. We can't. When we ask Grace to teach us, she says that her priest techniques are different from normal art. She uses experience and belief in a way, in a different way than most mages cast their spells. So we can't learn the priest class, or we can't become a priest by talking to Grace. It seems wizard might be and we don't have many scrolls that give us mage spells, priest spells, right? We have like 1 scroll so far, 1 or 2 scrolls. So if you look, this is scroll of cold lightning, which can only be used by a level 3 priest. Not level 3 priest, I guess it's level 3 priest. Yeah, it's usable only by priests. But most of our other skills, they are usable by wizards. And most of the scrolls we have, right? Most of the scrolls we have are usable by wizards and not by priests, which makes me wonder that like priests aren't like a really a class that Nameless One can ever become. Yeah. Let's just equip Anna and Far from Grace with the new bodies. This is armor class 8, weight 10, usable by Anna. Armor class 4, +1 taco, weight 12. Okay, let's equip this. Her armor class goes down to -2, which is excellent. Spider bracelet, resistance to all normal attacks, base hit points, intelligence and wisdom. In terms of combat, I don't think Anna wants. I'll just ignore the fact that it's a little disrespectful to ask her to wear this, but it's for her own. Let's say that it's for her own protection for the moment. Chain teeth earrings, right earring. We can get her some earrings. I think I sold off some cool earrings earlier in my haste. You should ask someone to identify this. I don't know if we have an identify spell equipped at the moment. We don't. Okay.
Yes?
Let's get this. Armor class 5, 3 additional first level spells, 2 additional second level priest spells. Awesome. This is armor class 5. This is armor class 5. Okay. It's also weight 5. Great. Let's just equip this. Doesn't change the armor class. She has -3 armor class. Holy shit. This is +2 to armor class. +1 to saving throws. So she has a base armor class that's quite high, I guess. 5 +2. From somewhere else she's getting some additional armor class benefits. We can equip some rings on her. I don't know if we have any cool rings. Probably might buy some if we have enough money. We can keep the needle and thread. I don't think we're gonna need the Godsman token. Divine Sensor, we have given it to Anna so that she can revive people as needed. Maybe even a Cloud Charm. What does this do? It's a swamp curse. That's cool. Let's equip some tattoos on Nameless one. We'll go back into the tattoo screen and buy a couple more tattoos in a second. Tattoo of the Magi. So this gives him a lot more spell slots. Oh wait, he can have 3 tattoos. Holy shit. Tattoo of Ravel. +1 to Charisma, immunity to panic. This is just for role-playing purposes. Okay, I don't really care about. Tattoo of Saving Grace. This I'll equip just to see if we open any new dialogue options with Grace. I want to pursue your quest. I want to pursue both Velos and Grace's quest to the end if at all possible. Let's sell off these other daggers. I don't think we need them. We have another powerful dagger right here if you want to go down that road. Embalming fluid, not really useful. Eyeball. Kaleidoscopic eye. We can get rid of our eyeball. I don't really think we would need that. This is pretty good. We can use it for some of the fights, maybe. What does this do? This might be good too. Gives +1 tackle, which is good. -1 armor class versus crushing attacks. Maybe something very specific to certain attacks. We can maybe consider this as like these two as like balancing out each other and just look at the detective trap skills and tackle. Tackle is obviously useful if we are attacking people. Saving throw and save as a spell is also really useful. So maybe we'll just keep it as is. This thing maybe we'll sell if it's selling for. No, this one will sell maybe if it's selling for quite a bit of money. We'll keep the bronze sphere and dodecahedron. This is something we can use to heal ourselves and gain some armor class. I don't know if we can equip it here though. We can. Okay. And this is something we can use to heal ourselves fully. In between like encounters. Without resting, we can heal our entire party. I think that's one of its uses. Let's save and get a few more.
What's up?
Few more tattoos. Let's get rid of all of these. And this. Remove curse. I'll ask Dakon to hold on to this. Fingerbone key. I don't know if we can use this fingerbone key. Oh, damage. Yeah. Modron cube, we'll keep it here because maybe if I get time, I might go back into the dungeon simulator and I try to see if it leads to us unlocking a Modron. We'll see. Blade of the Immortal. Cool. You can't really use it here. Let's save and get a few more tattoos. Tattoo of the Weeping Stones. Tattoo of the Lost Incarnation. Tattoo of Anna is not something that we can use, but we should try to get this to get the experience points to see if we can use it. We probably can't. It uses the red signal, but it basically means we really can't use it. I don't know why I'm trying it. Tattoo of Accuracy is something that we can give to Dakon. Tattoo of Bloodletting might be good for Dakon again. Tattoo of Might. Insight. Revelation. Spirit. Greater action. Yeah, maybe greater action makes sense for Anna. I don't know. Tattoo of Health. +1 to Constitution. Greater Health. +2 to Constitution. We can give it to Mort. Oh, no, wait. Mort can't equip anything. Tattoo of Warding. Greater Warding. Okay. Oh, this costs so much though. What is if? Yeah, I'm equipping these so that we can quickly get the experience points for that. But I don't know if it's worth it though. Let's buy it. Let's just quickly try to see if we can get some experience points. Tattoo of silent coins only by fighters. So this one will give to Dakon. Dexterity. This will give to Anna. Let's have her equip this tattoo. Yeah, she can get more tattoos. Um, silent coins, we can't really use it. Yeah, we can't use it. Damn. Tattoo of revelation, intelligence to mages. Charisma, immunity to panic. We'll have the tattoo of revelation instead, since it'll just increase our damage, I think. Intelligence 25, it's green. Your intelligence marks you as one of the brilliant minds in the multiverse. Holy shit. Wisdom. Your wisdom surpasses that of mortal men. You gain substantial bonus to all earned experience points. It's green in color. It's effectively a soft cap, I guess, at this point. I don't know if increasing it any further does anything. A high strength allows you to carry more weight and makes your melee attacks more accurate and damaging. So strength is super useful for Dakon. Dexterity. A high dexterity makes you harder. You harder to hit and aids your thief skills. Okay, so let's give the. We can't use this. Tattoo of accuracy, lost incarnation. Let's try to use it once and see how much experience points we get. Oh, advance and attribute score to 25. I got a achievement pop-up. Sorry. Tattoo of lost incarnation. Okay. Did we get something? God damn it. It didn't even. I don't know if we got anything. Let's see. Experience is 1686538. Okay. Let me quick load. 84693. Okay, 84693. 84693 becomes 86538. It's about like somewhere to about 2000 XP. That's yeah, it does nothing. In our level it does nothing, and it's weird that in the combat log we don't really see anything. Maybe there is some floating text somewhere, but yeah, it seems like I can't really. Maybe in the dialogue window, nothing. So it's effectively useless. Tattoo of the Lost Incarnation. Increases regeneration rate when worn. Tattoo of Accuracy. Let's give that to Dakon. Make him hit harder. Greater Warding +2 armor class. Greater Warding. Tattoo of Accuracy. And I'll get you one for greater strength. Okay? So that you hit harder. And for Anna, we have greater action, which gives her dexterity. Some stealth skill bonus, I guess. We should get something else for Anna. No one else wears a tattoo. Nameless one is kind of stacked. I think stacked. Yeah, he's stacked. Experience points. It's already done. -1 to charisma. Experience points. Again, it's just such a trivial amount of experience points. It's not even worth it doing it at this point. Let's look at the 86538. 86538. That becomes 868383. Okay, somewhere around 3000 XP. I can't make sense. Okay, that's done. Tattoo of Weeping Stones. Resistance to cold, magical cold. It's fine. We can't use this. We can maybe sell it back because no one else can use it either. Okay. Missile of Patience. Copy. We could have taught him some of the level 3 spells, honestly, because all he has is balance in all things, which we can only use it so many times, right? So maybe this is level 1. The problem is all of these are level 1 and okay, this is level 3 spell, which is amazing because we can teach it to him and have him equip this. God damn it. I really need to buy some spells for Dakon to utilize him well. This is a level 6 spell. I don't think it's going to be useful. Level 3 spell, Scroll of 100. This is very specific. I don't think we're going to use that much. Level 4, Remove Curse. Okay. This also is such a specific spell. It's as long as we are careful, I don't think we get cursed. It makes sense to maybe learn it once, I guess. Level 6, I don't think he has level 6 unlocked. Yeah. He does not have slots for level 6. Which are all usable only by Nameless One. Okay. Tattoo of Ravel is usable by anyone, apparently. I don't think she needs charisma. I think she needs maybe more dexterity or maybe armor class because she's so squishy without any resistances. Dakon definitely will get something for greater strength. He can be our glass cannon, I think, because he does such high damage, right? Okay, let's back out. Quick save and
I'm gone.
To Fell again. Greater Enduring is for fighters. Greater... Where is Greater Might? Greater Might. +2 to Strength. Usable by fighters. So let's get this. We can't even sell back the tattoos. Holy shit. We'll have to hold on to it.
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
Okay, great. Hopefully he has high attack damage now. Attack code 12. Ability wants us to hit. Damage +10. Damage 0. Damage +6. +3. +5. 0. Bonus pre-spells. Level 1 +2. Level 2 +2. Aren't we supposed to have a bonus too for the amount of spells we can equip since we equip the major statue? Let me quickly equip some additional level 1 and 2 spells. Holy shit. Let's get some Chromatic Orb because this is an insanely damaging spell because it scales with level unlike other spells. Yeah. We have a couple of missiles. We can have more submerged skills, submersible spells. One more maybe. Couple of armor spells. Pacify, Seeking Flames. Seeking Flames is quite useful. It's a good debuff. Shield. One creature. Shield is also pretty good. So let's remove one Chromatic Orb. Get one shield. One missile. Get another shield. And we'll get rid of this identify when we go into combat. Maybe get one will curse instead. Here we have also we also have some really powerful spells. Blood Bridge, let's have 2 of them. Horror is super useful when you want to get out of some place really quickly. Power of 1 at the moment, Dakon is stacked with power of 1 spells. So unless we do something, give him something else, I don't think we really want to equip power of 1. Ice Knife. Ice Knife might be good. Ignis' Terror. This is also like horror. Infernal Orb. Swarm Curse is really good. This might be good. We can get rid of 1 horror because we have Ignis' Terror. And give one more Adders Kiss. Yeah. For Fall from Grace, let's equip Curse. One more Curse. One more Blessing. This is good debuff. Protection from Evil is also good. These are all really good buffs and debuffs. To detect evil is maybe kind of useless. When cast a spell detects any evil emanations from creatures within range for 50 seconds plus 25 seconds per level of yes. Sure. I don't think we're really gonna use this unless it's like a very specific circumstance. This thing I should not stack cure spells on Far from Grace because she automatically uses them sometimes, which is very annoying. We can have. That being said, it's always useful to have this too, in case it's available. 8. Maybe useful. Maybe 1 less aid and 1 more cure moderate wounds. Prayer, Flame Walk. We never really use Flame Walk. Speak with the dead. Not really useful. Remove Curse, Prayer, Call Lightning is extremely powerful. It just damages everyone. That's the problem. You have to keep everyone far away and cast is on like a really long range enemy. If you do that, then this is useful. But Prayer is also super useful. -1 to attack damage and saving throws. It lasts 5 seconds per level in a 60-foot radius. Grants +1 to attack damage and saving throws. See, this is pretty useful spell. Cure critical wounds. Raise dead. Raise dead is useful. Let's give one to Anna. Sorry, Grace. Heal. 1 creature. Spells brings forth the ultimate power of healing. It cures all blindness, all disease, and completely restores the target. Restore all hit points to a target creature and removes all blindness and disease conditions on character. This is powerful. Level 6 spell. Awesome. That's the max level of spells that Grace has. That is interesting. Yeah, I think priest class is probably only meant for Grace. Okay. So are we done with the tattoos? I think we are kind of done with the tattoos. Except for maybe getting something else for Anna. Dakon, I am pretty satisfied. He has greater might and greater warding. You know? Maybe we can get 2 greater might for Dakon. That might make sense instead of greater warding. That's an interesting thing to think about. Really go the glass cannon route.
Yeah.
Tattoo of Magi, Tattoo of Revelation, Tattoo for Grace. Okay. Let's quickly look if anything else makes sense to buy. Charisma, Strength, Food Strength. And another thing that I noticed is for Tattoo of Anna, it has to be we have to be a thief to equip this. But for Tattoo of Grace, right? We don't have to be a specific class to equip. I would have guessed that we needed to be a priest to equip it, but then it points to the fact that priest might not be a class that we can have. Give me a moment. Okay, Tattoo of Bloodletting. This is for Nameless One. Insight. Spirit. Greater Health. Yeah, the Greater Might. Greater Might is gone. We can only have one of that. We can have 3 of these. Oh, okay. So you can double click and choose a maximum of 3. Okay. Hmm. Warding is for armor class. Action is for dexterity. I think we should be okay for now. We have spent an awful lot of time in this building. Let's go out and head to Smoldering Corpse Bar. And I think next episode we'll... I don't know if... I'll probably record it myself. Like, I'll see if anything interesting comes up. Otherwise, I won't add it to the episode. I'll go through Candrian's dialogue again. And let's actually head there right now. It's just outside, right?
Done. Done.
Oh, we also met that character named O. Character O here. And he disappeared and we couldn't really make anything else out of him. Epcrickness is here apparently. Candrian is also here. We should talk to him to see if he remembers anything about Cursed. Let's talk to these Mercy Killers again because they were looking for a criminal that apparently never showed up. It's been 43 days since we started the game. Let me check for any entries regarding Mercy Killers. Abel Ponderthought explained to me that Mercy Killers believe that justice is everything. Malin, their last factoid, once said that when properly applied, punishment leads to perfection. I encountered a spectral suit of armor in the bottom of Cursed prison. It looks like it's been there for some time. It's named Valor and it says it's a Mercy Killer, servitor of justice. I really would like to understand at some point clearly the distinction between Harmonium's philosophy and Mercy Killer's ideals. Without a word, this heavily armored man draws his weapon and swings it at you. Oh god. Without a word, this heavily armored man draws his weapon and swings it at you. Okay. So we were the criminal that he was waiting for? Why didn't he attack us last time?
Huh? You father of trolls.
I hear your words.
God damn it.
Insert the mon's name.
Everyone is pacified. Holy shit. That probably aggroes everyone, which isn't something that I wanted to do. Okay, he's already dead. That Mercy Killer is already dead. I don't know why they aggroed to me. That was really annoying. I just wanted to talk to you, mate, and kind of... You brought this on yourself, okay? We even have Valor supporting us, so there is... Yeah. Screw off. God damn justice people. Yeah, Valor, do you have any thoughts on what just happened? Probably not. We'll try to pursue his quest further within this... Okay, do they wake up? Hopefully they do wake up. I think some of them failed the saving throws. Within an AoE, some of them failed the saving throws and become pacified. Pacified? Is that a word? Let's talk to the Abyssai again, see if the Abyssai rears back as you approach. Take the little chaos rats, indicating far from Grace and Anna, away from us, and we shall bargain. Until then, we have no words with you. Okay. So they are from Bator, right? So they don't really like chaotic creatures. Anna, far from Grace is her alignment is lawful neutral, but she is a Tenari, right? So they're immediately judging her based on just her appearance / race and assuming that she is chaotic. Regardless of her alignment, I guess they just don't like Tenari or Tieflings. Last time we visited this bar, we could talk to them because we only had Mort with us. Maybe potentially Dakon too if we recruited him. But with these two party members, we can't really talk to them. Let's send them away.
Why not?
Yes, it shall be done.
We'll come back to you later, ladies. Oh god, come on. They're just far
What's
away.
the word,
They're not
Chica?
even... No. Mort, stay here. You don't need to leave.
Ready. Why not?
Why not?
How may I help? Very well.
Why not? Exactly, why not?
What's up?
I'm here.
I'm listening. Very well.
Aye. What? Right.
Yeah. Will you talk to me now? Okay. The prodigal returns. The fiend hisses a smile at you, nauseous vapors boiling from the corners of its mouth. Have your memories returned to you, old friend? What do you mean? What I mean, dear man, is that time or old enemy has performed a vicious disservice on you. He drops your memories and steals your recollections. If you do not recall us, why? It's because you have fallen prey to one of the mortality's weaknesses. We are friends of yours, old indeed. What can we do for you? I have some questions. What are you? Who are you? What are you doing? What's place? Tell me about fiends. As we see it, there are two kinds of fiends. Those who are correct and those who are not. Our side, that of bad suit, is correct. The other side, that of cursed, hated, chaotic Tenari, is incorrect and must be exterminated. We hold the Tenari directly responsible for the blood war. Were it not for them, we could have settled the lower planes in peace, and wouldn't have all the bother of fighting this wretched war, nor would the unfortunate spillovers into other planes be such a cause for concern among namby-pambying do-gooders. The Tenari are directly to blame for Multiverse's sad state of affairs. Okay, that's not what I was asking. I want to know what differentiates you from theirs. The fiend pauses a moment and then brightens. Ah yes, you see, we represent law and order. Those who break the law must be punished. If we have no law, we have only anarchy, and surely you can see what anarchy has done for the Abyss. It has spawned horrors beyond imagining. Any excesses the Batisu state may have indulged in are simply to counter the rising tide of chaos represented by Tenari. We mean no harm to anyone. We just prefer to understand where the boundaries are. Let me see. Who are you? Ethelgrin, time has robbed our companion's memory. You honestly do not recall us? Recall us, do you? Truly, I am aggrieved. But, as am I. Tegerin, truly aggrieved. Yet I rest easy. It has, after all, been hundreds of years, and we know how the minds of mortals tend to dissipate with age. Well spoken. Old friend, we are a pair of Abyssai on leave from our current assignments in Bator. I am Tegerin the Thrice Damned, so named for my ability to find the best in every situation. This is Edelgin, who has earned himself no special name, though not for lack of trying. Lack of trying? What do you mean? Edelgin ignores you as it responds to its companion. And once again, Tegerin, you have cut straight to the truth of the matter, though perhaps it is best not to have earned that sort of notice. One bearing the name Thrice Damned must surely have incurred. I had some questions. Mort whispers to you. Boss, I don't like this. They're not supposed to be here. Blood War hasn't kicked the Celestials' asses bad enough that any fiend can go on for long. They want something. Tread carefully. In the meantime, Tegerin continues to respond to its command. These two have abandoned their duty and they are on... they are... what's the term? They went AWOL? I don't know if that's the word I was looking for. But yeah, they don't have permission to leave the war, I think. So they are kind of laying low here in Sigil. In its turn, Tegrin ignores you as it replies to its comrade. Once again, I maintain that any notice is better than no notice at all. The Abyssite turns back to you. Old friend, does this answer your question as to your identities? I suppose it will have to. And some other questions. What are you doing? What are we doing? Why is it not perfectly clear, old friend? We are on leave from our beloved assignment, taking ourselves some much needed rest and perhaps inducing some additional recruitment for our glorious cause. Our superiors fully support our presence, to be sure. That last line is probably a lie. In a more immediate sense, we are taking your entertainment in this delightful establishment. And of course, we are celebrating the return of our old friend. However, the stench of the breezes, which occasionally waft the scent of goodness in the door, debases us, somewhat leaving us physically, mentally, and spiritually weaker. Fortunately, the air in this water's tea carries a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Wouldn't you agree? Again, the fiend smiles broadly at you. This is a kind of like emotionless response that they have towards pain and suffering. I don't know if it's a conscious rejection of morality or it's just all that they understand. They don't really see it as like evil. They don't have an empathy to a degree that promotes morality in a sense. That's the only way I can justify the callousness with which they treat pain and supplication. It's just another part of existence which it does not relate to, like, they don't feel empathetic towards people who are in pain and supplication because they think it's just part of life. And I don't, yeah, that's the thing that I am kind of wrestling to understand a bit. Because if you have true empathy or you are kind, I guess that's goodness. It demands, I guess goodness demands a sense of morality to be present, right? And morality requires empathy. And someone who is truly intelligent, can they shun empathy? That's a thing. The more intelligent you become, the more understanding you become of the world's state, the reality state, and that a truly conscious being exists outside of you, empathy would promote itself, right? And yeah, it's difficult. I have to think about it more, but I have a strong feeling against this, and the only way I can justify this kind of callousness towards evil is if I think that they don't really understand, like, or they don't really perceive it in such a way. And that is, I don't know if that's a logical sequitur to having understood the nature of our reality, like knowing that something else exists and it can feel a discomfort in the same way we does. Do they not, like, do they revel in having pain and supplication? Maybe that's a more fair question to pursue, to understand their nature. Like, if they are in pain in some sense, do they revel in it? If they do revel in it, then it makes sense that, okay, pain and supplication isn't something that's to be shunned, but to be celebrated. But for that to happen, we have to see a situation where they are in pain and they are reveling in it. If that's the case, then in their subjective view, pain is just another part of reality, which isn't to be, it isn't morally degrading to feel or like force someone to feel pain, because it's something that they also revel in. They treat pain and supplication with such delight. They talk about it with such delight. They talk about a delicious tang of pain and supplication. Is it delicious because they revel in experiencing it themselves, or they revel in seeing someone else go through that, right? It's a thought for later. I have to think much more about it to kind of wrestle with and justify the existence of evil creatures who can go through without a purpose, right? Evil without a purpose. They are not trying to achieve an end. Pain and supplication is the purpose. So that really feels, yeah, I have to come back to this later. I don't even know if by the end of this game I'll have any thoughts on it, but it's definitely something to think about. Again, I had some other questions. What are you doing? What is this place? What is this place? This is the Smoldering Corpse Tavern, one of the most entertaining taverns your kind has seen fit to erect in the city. The poetic justice of the burning fellow at the front of the establishment is really quite a fine touch. Was there something else you wish to ask? Nothing, farewell. Does your friend talk to me? He is pacified. I hope he comes out of his pacification in a bit. These two are visiting from some of the upper levels, I think. We can quickly. The conversation with Candrian I'll probably skip out because it's quite a lot of tedious detail. I'll take that in offline and see if anything else makes more sense. If it does make sense, then I will come back and I'll probably record that part alone. Oh no! Wait! I have to talk to
What you be wanting? Might as well.
the
I'm here. A pleasure.
unpacified Abysai. Take her in. This Abysai rears back as you approach. Take the little chaos rats, indicating. Oh God! Come on, they're far away. Come on, mates. What is your problem? They're like far away. You can't even see them.
Aye? Right.
They've left for the restroom. What do you want
I
me
am
to do?
Valor.
Very well.
Oh God! Come on.
All right.
Your friend had no problem. Are you serious? Do you have superhuman senses? Yeah, screw you. I don't want to talk to you. Eb Creeknix. Eb notes you. Nice work back there, friend. He turns back to his drink. Thanks, Perva. Is he talking about cursed or is he talking about killing the mercy killers? It's confusing right now because, you know, we have met him both in cursed and we have done something here. Let me talk to Candrian real quick. Okay, I'll post the recording here because yeah, I'll destroy my throat reading through that. Plus it's things that we have covered already, so I don't think it makes sense to record all that part. So let me pause for the moment. I'll see you in a bit after I pursue the dialogue with Candrian. Okay, going to the dialogue. This is quite extensive and most of it is making more sense to me now. We're just talking about lawful planes, and he confirms that Mechanus and Mount Celestia are in the lawful good planes. So this is lawful good. Mechanus is not lawful neutral, it's lawful good. And the Modrons come from Mechanus, right? And the Deva comes from Mount Celestia. So both of them are lawful good. Just something to note. I did look up negative planes and positive planes and the pseudo elemental planes and all that. He did say that negative planes are. Maybe I'll just quickly go back to. These dialogues are nested, so I have to go back a couple of layers to go to the negative plane. But when talking about negative plane, he does say that he lost his essence there because his magics did not protect him. He still survived because he used the negative token that he handed to us. So we have a negative token in our hand, and he handed that to us, and the negative token protected him from the shadows. Okay, so when we go to the negative plane, because Fortress of Frigates lies in the negative planes, where the shadows also inhabit, then we should probably equip the negative token. And I was informed that negative token, it makes sense. The passive effects of negative token will be better once we equip it in one of our slots instead of having it equipped as one of our armor items like a ring or a bracelet, I guess, instead of equipping it as a quick slot. So we'll probably try to do that when we go to the negative plane. Let me read the rest of it. This is interesting stuff. Most of it's making more sense now. Some of the locations are also jolting my memory from different encounters of people we've had so far. Yeah. Okay, I've encountered some conflicting descriptions here. So I'm checking boundary planes now, and he's saying that Mechanus is one of the boundary planes. There are two boundary planes to my mind. They are diametrically opposed. One of them, Mechanus, is very essence of law, a place where beliefs fit together, interlocking, turning in a massive machine. That is the entire plane. Some folks would have it that the gears of Mechanus are the engine that drives the planes. The other plane is Limbo, a swirling morass of chaos that follows no rules. None. Just when a body thinks he's classified its behavior, it goes and changes on it. Or it doesn't. You just can't tell. I was in Limbo not too long ago. And I think Gitserai's homeland is inside the Limbo, right? They focus their mind to bring order to the chaos. That's why he is lawful neutral, even though he comes from the chaotic neutral plane. I don't know if that's how it works. And Mechanus seems to be in boundary plane. So if I go back, we can ask him about his journey. But let's go back to the greater ring. Go back to upper planes. So upper planes are the good planes, right? And if we go to lawful planes, they include regimented Arcadia, nearest of the good planes, to the unbending order of Mechanus, and Mount Celestia, home to Arachnos, Archons, an island in the Silver Sea. So I guess what this means is it includes Arcadia and it's nearest of the good planes to the unbending order of Mechanus. So Mechanus is not inside, it's not on the lawful planes, it's on the boundary planes, and Arcadia is closest to the neutral land of, like, lawful neutral land of Mechanus. Okay, so I misinterpreted it earlier when I recognized Mechanus as one of the lawful planes. This is just a boundary, this is just the lawful neutral plane, and Arcadia is the one that's bordering Mechanus, at least in terms of alignment. Okay, so that makes sense. Let me continue reading. So I'm looking at evil neutral planes, lower neutral planes, lower planes, and I'm looking at the neutral planes, and it's talking about something called Gehenna, but it borders on Carcery on the chaotic side. You know, it's asked about Carcery, so Carcery may be chaotic evil plane. Carcery and its poisonous jungles, acid swamps, destructive waters, strung like a string of rotten pearls, nestle within one another. He pauses and looks at you carefully, again fixing you in place with his eyes. Remember this, Seeker. Carcery is a prison, home to the Grahelites, one of the most dangerous types of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor. Remember this, Seeker. Carcery is a prison, home to the Grahelites, one of the most dangerous type of fiends there is. The strength of the prison is the strength of the captor, as strong as a prisoner. Strength of the captor as strong as a prisoner lets it be. Destroy the prison keeper and a body can escape the red prison. There's almost no other way out. Not when the gates close themselves against you and watch you spin off into the vast space. Vast space surrounding the host. Be wary of Carcery, traveler, for its bonds can be greater than flesh. I'm not sure what to make of that. Maybe referring to we had to kill some sort of creature inside the cursed prison to open the gates of the prison, right? But that was about cursed, when cursed was still a gate town. It was not in Carcery. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me about the war. Okay, I'll pause the recording again and go through the rest. Slight deviation in one of his responses because Farfang Grace is present. I'm asking about the lower chaotic planes, and he apologizes to our companion. He gestures towards Farfang Grace before giving this explanation. The abyss is in some place you should consider going, where battles all orderly. The abyss is full of chaos and change, and none of it is present. When it becomes something that approximates normality, that's when you should be most wary of it. It's home to the Tenari, what most primes call demons, and they got the name for a reason. They are, if you'll excuse me, my lady, and Grace nods her head, unpredictable and murderous, and the few you can trust are few and far between. Again, my apologies, Lady Grace. You are, as far as I have been able to ascertain, one of the few. Okay, cool. Tell me of the rest of the lower planes, greater rings, add some questions. That is all I wanted to know. Farewell. Okay, let me continue. Okay, I think I went through the rest of the dialogue. It was very insightful. All the stacking of the planes and how they flow from one into another made much more sense. There is the inner plane, then it travels through the eternal boundary somewhere else. It travels through something and it forms into the prime material plane. Then prime material plane, the beliefs of prime material plane it travels through the astral plane and forms the outer planes, which is formed of belief. And all the creatures that exist in outer plane, the ones that there was a weird sentence there though. So if you look at who are you? Tell me of the planes. I'll show you that dialogue. It's what's the difference? Yes, gone. Composition of the planes. See, they each express some sort of ideal. So here you can see the outer planes are created of and by belief and thought and faith. They take their imagined form from the primaterial plane, shaped into the forms that stagger the imagination, built by the accumulation of belief. So people in primaterial plane imagine stuff up, and then they have strong beliefs and thoughts, and they have faith in their beliefs, and that's what that accumulation of that belief is what creates the outer planes. Belief is power. Change belief and you can change the nature of the reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane born. So we are all plane born, I guess. All the people in outer planes. I don't know if people like marry and have kids here, but if a new person here is born, it seems like the person who is born here is born of belief from the prime material plane. So I don't know how the society sustains in a natural way here. That's something to maybe look at later. Change belief and you can change the nature of the reality. The creatures that are born here, the plane born, like fiends and celestials, are truly born of the thoughts and concepts of mortals. If that's the case, do they just pop into existence one day once someone starts believing or having faith in an ideal? They each express some sort of ideal, and the more powerful the ideal, the more powerful the being. So these are all the different alignments, I guess. They are classified into different alignments, but they are originating from the beliefs of the prime material people. Thus, the being that symbolizes love is the strongest of all. That's maybe his subjective opinion being present at the end here. We haven't met anyone that symbolizes love in this lore so far, in the story and lore so far. Everyone has been aligned with like, yeah, goodness, I guess, is love. Maybe we haven't really had any strong good characters. I guess Trias was one who was supposed to be lawful good, but he seems to be kind of a treacherous individual who is at the moment dead. So I don't know if this being would be present anywhere. And Lady has been absent through. She has been like stories of her has kind of been whispered about and surrounded our like journey here and there, but she didn't really get any focus so far. So I'm not sure when she's going to come in. But I truly imagine that we would have met Lady or had some more concrete evidence for understanding of what she is doing and her history. But we're almost reaching the end of the game. So far we know so little about the Lady, other than that her shadow kills people and she mazes people. She does not like to be worshipped or loved. She keeps Sigil under strict control, but we don't know what the purpose of that control is. She has these portals that she maintains and closes, and she does not like any other power rising up in Sigil. But she also allows factions like Mercy Killers, and some few factions she allows still to exist in Sigil. So it's a weird set of, not weird, it's difficult to summarize what her intention is. And I've probably played about 100 hours so far, and even now I don't have that understanding yet. So I hope towards the end we get some resolution for that. Sorry, that was a tangent about Lady, but what was I talking about? Yeah, the being that symbolizes love is the strongest of all. I don't know if we'll meet anything like that. It seems to be a very specific sentence to be added towards the end with what is effectively like facts so far. And this seems to be, I don't know if we should interpret this as a fact or his opinion, or if it's like foreshadowing something. It was really, yeah, I just felt a little off that he said this sentence. Other than that, I went through the rest of the dialogue, almost all of it, and have a better understanding of the nature of this reality, how everything flows into one from other. There's the inner planes with the negative plane on top and positive plane. Well, negative and positive plane at both poles, and there are elemental planes, and the relations between these planes are also expressed as like quasi planes in between. And this thing then evolves into the prime material plane, where practically everything exists, like monsters, creatures, planets, etc. And then the beliefs in those planes, they pass through another filter and filter out into the outer planes. They effectively form the outer planes after filtering through that last plane. And every creature in outer plane is somehow born of a belief in the prime material plane. That brings into question how outer plane itself sustains itself. Like, is every creature in outer plane somehow related to a belief in the prime material plane, or can a set number of people in outer plane kind of sustain itself as like a society or something? So that's something curious to think about. Then there's a Desmond philosophy of, if you truly let go of the passions and beliefs which seemingly originated from prime material plane, and if you truly let go, you, a being who was born of that belief, if you let go of that belief yourself, if you let go of your passion and emotion towards an alignment, then you can like kind of get out of this outer plane reincarnation cycle. You won't be reborn into another plane of your alignment if you truly let go. You'll just pass through into the eternal boundary and like go somewhere. I don't know what lies after eternal boundary, but you'll just leave this whole system of planes. I don't know if you'll like loop back into the inner planes as just pure substance, pure matter, and then the cycle continues. We don't know that. Negative plane denotes death and decay of life, I think. Positive plane, I don't know, maybe it's the opposite, the growth of life. It wasn't really mentioned, but yeah, that's a whole structure of the planes. It's fascinating stuff, and currently after having played through the rest of the game, I have a bit more of an understanding about what Kandrian was effectively painting a picture of, yeah. I think we'll call it an episode here. We have a lot more stuff to do, many more NPCs and quests to finish, but this was a lengthy episode. Even though we didn't really make progress, we reviewed a bit of lore, and I at least got to remind or refresh my memory on the planes from Kandrian. Yeah, I'll pick it up from here next time.